Greetings to the learners from different time zones. My name is Sanjay Sarma. I am the Vice President for Open Learning and Professor of Mechanical Engineering at MIT. It is my pleasure to host the MicroMasters celebration today. Congratulations to the MicroMasters credentials holders. We're celebrating 609 MicroMasters learners today who have successfully completed one of the 3 MicroMasters programs. These 3 programs are Data, Economics and Development Policy, Principles of Manufacturing, and Statistics and Data Science. MIT launched the world's very first MicroMasters program in supply chain management in late 2016. We soon started the DEDP program in early 2017, followed by the Principles of Manufacturing in 2018, and then Statistics and Data Science in fall 2018. We now have over 800,000 learners from 195 countries studying the MicroMasters courses. A total of 2,852 learners have earned the MicroMasters credential. Today, we're joined by 369 DEDP credential holders, 51 Principles of Manufacturing credential holders, and 189 Statistics and Data Science credential holders. These 609 credential holders are from 82 countries. We are very thrilled to have you be a part of this MicroMasters credential community. If you're not aware yet, MicroMasters credential holders can now claim affiliate membership of the MIT Alumni Association. You will also be eligible for the affiliate membership benefits, such as access to MIT library journals available through JSTOR and EBSCO. Please look for the invitation from the MIT Alumni Office in your email. I hope you will join us for the entire duration of the celebration, which is about 45 minutes. We have 8 speakers from MIT faculty and staff and 14 MicroMasters credential holders who will join us to congratulate everyone. At the end of the celebration, we will recognize our credentials holders by showing their names on the screen. It is my honor first to introduce my colleague, Professor Esther Duflo, Professor of Economics and the 2019 Nobel Laureate in Economics. Esther.
Thank you very much, Sanjay, and congratulations, warmest congratulations to all the credential holders from the DEDP program, the Data, Economics and Development Policy program. As Sanjay just said, we created this program in 2017 to make the latest research, methods, and theory in development economics accessible to learners around the world, and to make sure that this knowledge could be applied in policy, in business, in NGOs, etc. I'm really excited to see the number of learners from all different backgrounds who have since enrolled in the DEDP courses. Completing the program is no easy feat, as the material is challenging and learning online requires a lot of self-discipline and perseverance. You've shown your motivation by passing 5 or more courses, each requiring at least 10 hours a week for watching lectures, completing assignments and exams, reviewing and re-reviewing and re-reviewing material on your own, often while having your own career or your own other course of studies that you're doing at the same time. So you've really achieved something very difficult and something quite remarkable that shows both your talent and your commitment. In fact, as many of you may know, completing the DEDP MicroMasters program, receiving the credential, opens eligibility for application to the blended masters at MIT. And our first cohort of master students just completed their coursework here at MIT. And everyone agreed that they were absolutely fantastic, that they were wonderfully prepared, that they were just a joy to have in class, and even in Zoom class when that moved on Zoom. And so that shows that you, with all of your background and with your ability and your stamina to complete this program, you have shown to be really amazing learners. And we are very proud to have you part of the DEDP community. Thank you very much to Open Learning for supporting the DEDP effort from day one through all of the things that we wanted to make differently to make this program work. I also want to take this opportunity, and I'm sure the DEDP credential holders will join me, to thank the faculty, the teaching assistant, and the DEDP director, Maya Duru, for teaching the classes, for organizing the courses, for supporting the learning experience. I'm really, really looking forward to seeing the next steps you will take, how you will take the material you learned in the program, how you will apply it to the issues you care about, where you live and around the world. Congratulations again, and onwards and upwards.
Maya, take it away.
Great, thanks so much. So my name is Maya Duru. Thanks so much to Esther and to Sanjay. As they just said, I am the program director for the DEDP MicroMasters Program and the Associate Director of Education at JPAL at MIT. So I wanted to share a few words about our learners, the credential holders, what you guys all look like. So I'm going to share my screen, one second. So since the program has started in 2017, we've been really excited to see the reach of the program all around the world. So we've had over 37,000 learners enroll in the program. And they're coming to us from all over the world, over 200 different countries. And now we have almost 370 credential holders. So a huge congratulations to you guys and this great accomplishment. One of the things that Esther mentioned that we were hoping to achieve with this program was to really be able to make it accessible to learners all over the world. And we are really excited that about 70% of our learners are actually coming from low and middle income countries, which we think is super important as a development program. And as Esther mentioned, in this past year, we were really excited to welcome our first class of master's students to MIT in data economics and development policy. And you can see a little bit about these students and their bios on the economics department website. But as you see here, they were also, really coming from all over the world. We had 23 students coming from 14 different countries, many of whom were coming from low and middle income countries. And just, we were thrilled to see that they, as Esther said, just did really, really well in the program. And we hope that many of you will apply this coming year to join us at MIT as well. So once again, thank you and congratulations.
It is now my honor to introduce Professor David Hart. Dave is Professor of Mechanical Engineering and works in control theory and manufacturing. David?
Thank you very much, Sanjay. I want to congratulate the Principles of Manufacturing credential holders. You've done a marvelous thing. You've finished 8 challenging modules, which are essentially equivalent, entirely equivalent, I would say, to on-campus courses that we teach in those same topics in both mechanical engineering and the Sloan School of Management. I have to say that they're a challenge even to our MN students when they're full-time on campus. And so for you to be able to have done this and excel at it online and part-time really, I think, demonstrates extraordinary perseverance, determination, and now being an online person, as we all are right now, concentration. So congratulations to you on that. A little background and history on how we got to this program. It wasn't something we pulled out of thin air. It emerged from our work with the Master of Engineering degree, which we launched in 2005, but actually had a longer history before that as we slowly developed our curriculum through teaching and research. We believe now that these principles that have emerged are the basis for essentially everything in manufacturing, regardless of the industry. And most importantly, as we're finding daily, really the foundation and basis for Industry 4.0 and the emerging digitalization of manufacturing. So we believe you have now the perfect base to move forward into truly advanced global manufacturing. And as a result, we have certain aspirations for you. We expect you to become leaders in this area, in advanced manufacturing. We hope you'll become teachers. You'll be teaching your colleagues, others, whether you're in university or whether you're at a company, that you'll become someone that people will look to to understand the fundamental basis of manufacturing and the things that we have gone through. And through this, we hope changing the culture of your company, all for the better. We believe that by understanding the principles of manufacturing, you can take a much more professional approach to manufacturing. You have a better basis for all of the many decisions and technical and otherwise that have to be done in a company. And we think you're well positioned for this. And as has been mentioned, you of course can continue your learning through our numerous pathway schools and through the blended degree, the MIT MEng in Advanced Manufacturing and Design. We've already now are about to graduate 2 of our first blended students on that. You'll be hearing from Ben and David a little bit later, and they've been just doing marvelously, even through this difficult time. Let me now just recognize some of the people that have made this all possible for us. These are the faculty that have been the core to developing this curriculum over the years, as well as delivering it. So you've seen us all on your computer screens. As well, there's been support people within MIT that you have seen as well at the Office of Digital Learning. This is a team that these were all new to us as faculty, but absolutely necessary and vital for us to get the production to you in a timely, correct, and I have to say legal fashion. So everything from information, proprietary information, to marketing, to understanding how to work with edX and the various platforms that we're working on. And of course, in developing the blended programs with the pathway schools. And then I want to recognize our course staff, who I know most of you have worked with, but in particular, of course, you all know Dr. Aditi Toshi, who you'll hear from in a moment, but she's been really the anchor that keeps us all going and makes these courses work. John Liu has been a leader of this program, has now moved on to a greater role in mechanical engineering. And let me just mention as well, Emily and Dan Lee, who somewhat behind the scenes have helped us produce the content that we have. And then on the right, just mentioning our foundation TAs, some of which you knew, Rushank and Jack, who were very important to getting these things launched. And for many of you, Dr. Lee Weinstein was your touchstone. So I wanted to recognize all of them. So with that, congratulations again, and I'm going to turn it over to Aditi.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Aditi Toshi. I'm the production lead and course moderator for Principles of Manufacturing. I would first like to congratulate all the program completers. We know you have invested a lot of time and efforts to get here, and we're glad to see you join this growing community. I would like to share some of our program statistics and demographics of our credential holders. Let me share my screen. So our program now has about more than 86,000 unique learners and 1,787 unique verified learners. We now have 51 credential holders from all across the world. So we have learners from USA, Brazil, China, Canada, Austria, and the list goes on. 74% of our credential holders are males, and most of our learners belong to the age group of 25 to 34, with a small spike in that number in the age group of 50 to 54. We also have our 2 blended students who started their master's program on campus in fall 2019, and we are very excited about that. I'm happy that they are attending this event live today. So let's first hear their experiences. First, we have David Memory.
Thanks, Aditi. So hi, everyone. Yes, my name is David, and I finished the Principles of Manufacturing MicroMasters in 2019. My background was working as a production engineer from Australia. I took the MicroMasters course because I wanted to know what was out there in terms of manufacturing. And the course really opened my eyes and opened new doors to me as well. I'm now finishing my Masters of Engineering at MIT, and I have a lot more confidence approaching problems in the manufacturing and supply chain context. My hope is to bring back some of what I've learned from both the MicroMasters and MIT to the Asia Pacific region. And I'm excited for my career, despite the disruptions happening around the world. I'm looking forward to a future of change. And I'm looking forward to making a lasting impact and contribution to industry. Congratulations again to all of you for completing your credentials. I remember how difficult it was for me at the time, working full-time, spending late nights, finishing assignments, and you did it. And that's a credit to you. So congratulations.
Thank you, David. Let's now hear from our second blended student, Ben Russell.
Hi, everyone. First, we'd just like to wish you all congratulations on completing your MicroMasters credential. It's something to be proud of. Like you, I and David, I endured the late nights and the weekends of hard work to earn our certificates for me in the Principles of Manufacturing courses. After the program, I applied, was admitted to and enrolled in the blended master's program here on campus, which I'm now working through the degree. I truly think that the classes that are offered provide the responsibilities, the skills to make impactful decisions that will open up your professional responsibilities. The program has opened up new doors for me, and I hope that you can all find ways to apply these skills that you've learned with confidence wherever in the world that you may be.
Fantastic. Thank you, Aditi. Thank you, speakers. We will now go to two videos, one for DEDP and one for the Principles of Manufacturing, which will be shown by our IT staff.
Hey, you did it. You completed the MicroMasters. Congratulations. I know it wasn't easy. I know it took a lot of effort, hours, and even entire weekends, but getting to this point shows how dedicated and hardworking you are as a person. And I know great things will come for you in your career. I know that's for sure. I think the MicroMasters has been one of the best decisions I've ever made. For example, if in my current job, as a research associate at Innovation for Priority Actions, we work on the evaluation of public policies, and I am the data analysis team. I think that I daily use what I learned in the courses. For example, I can oversee the data cleaning process of newly collected survey data, or discuss with the principal investigator which econometric model to use, or even talking with the implementation team about the communities to be served. I mean, I use everything I learned every day, basically. I think that's one of the reasons I believe that MicroMaster is so valuable, because it is structured in such a way that it provides you with all these tools that you can use to design, to evaluate, or even implement public policies. It's amazing how the MicroMaster can give you all of this just by turning on your computer. Well, I just want to finish saying congratulations again. I know it was worth it, and I know the best things are waiting for you.
Hi, everyone. My name is Lindsay. I'm originally from China, and I currently live in Boston. I have completed my MicroMaster credentials and just recently got accepted by the master program in DEDP. So first, I would like to congratulate all of you, my fellow learners, for completing the MicroMaster credentials. It is definitely not easy to commit the time and effort beyond our busy daily work. This is truly a great achievement. I'm always a big fan for online learning and knowledge sharing. I have tried a lot of other online learning courses and different platforms, but this MicroMaster program is truly something special and unique. One thing I absolutely love and couldn't find anywhere else is the friendly community we built. All the TAs and the staff are super helpful. They always address our concerns and questions in a really timely manner. And I'm always surprised and amazed by all the great ideas and discussions. Not only we exchange with our TAs, but also with the fellow learners. And even after the individual calls are wrapped, there is MIT Open Forum and now the alumni portal to help us stay more connected. This is becoming more and more important, especially during this hard time. So before the pandemic COVID-19, one of the projects I was working on is aiming to improve the general breast health of women in China. I'm able to apply what I have learned online in designing the RCT to analyze the economic factor in this topic. So after completing the MicroMaster, it has given me a great start to make more impact in real life. Again, congratulations on earning the MicroMaster credentials and welcome to this amazing community.
Hi, I'm David Huang, a graduate of the MicroMasters in Data, Economics and Development Policy course at MITx. I would like to add my congratulations to all fellow DEDP graduates for completing an incredibly broad series of topics. So a big shout out to all the fellow learners out there, and also to the staff and teaching assistants of the DEDP course for patiently guiding us learners through this challenging course. Earlier this year, I had the opportunity to return to Nairobi, Kenya with Spur Africa and participated in both child development and screening healthcare work together with local staff. I found the knowledge gained in the DEDP course complemented the knowledge of the local staff and other professionals, such as those with a Masters of Public Health background. I helped the local staff draw up their own logical frameworks to improve the clarity of how they wish to achieve desired outcomes and impacts in education, empowerment, and health among the children they work with. For enabling me to do this, I thank not only the staff of MIT and JPAL, but also the learning opportunities from fellow learners who helped other learners in the DEDP program. As a student and teaching assistant, I benefited enormously from the contributions and questions of a diverse range of students, many with very different experiences, professional and cultural backgrounds. This, of course, attracted a group of people who have a passion to help their communities, and this included their fellow online community of learners. I think this attitude goes a long way when working in development teams, which also have workers from a diverse range of learning and cultural backgrounds. So my encouragement to you all is that both in the community and with your co-workers, keep up the passion, keep sharing the insights you've gained, and most of all, keep learning how to assist your community achieve their goals.
Okay, let's move on to the next MicroMasters. So it is now my great pleasure to introduce Professor Devavrat Shah. Devavrat is a professor of electrical engineering and computer science, and he works in data science and statistics, and he's going to talk about SDS.
Thanks, Sanjay. Good morning, everyone in Americas. Good afternoon in Europe. Good evening in Africa. And thank you, everyone, for staying up so late in Asia and Australia's. As the director of this program, I'm honored and thrilled to be standing here because you are the ones who make this successful, because you are the ones who are our first cohort. We're very proud of you. As you all know, it's not easy to do this, especially while you have other things to do in day-to-day life. And while you're doing that, you have effectively gone through a graduate program in MIT. So congratulations again. Coincidentally, now you have become a model students for us as we universities across the globe grapple with COVID-19 and try to think about how we deal with blended online education. As a part of this opportunity, what I would like to do is quickly tell you a little bit about Institute for Data Systems in Society, that is IDSS, and how this program is central to its mission. So IDSS's mission is to address complex societal challenges by advancing education and research at the intersection of statistics, data science, information and decision science, and social sciences. For example, COVID-19 is one of those societal challenges that can be addressed in a meaningful manner by using the data that's available out there to inform policymakers. And IDSS has a very active collaboration, ISOLAT, That's a group of 50 plus faculty members, researchers, students, not just at IDSS and MIT, but across the globe. And this is what we are trying to address there. If you're interested, feel free to go to the website, as well as if you're interested in participating, endowed with all your great skills, feel free to send us an email and we'll find a way to engage you. As far as IDSS's academic programs are concerned, we have undergraduate programs in statistics and data science, master's program in technology and policy, and PhD programs in social and engineering systems, as well as statistics and data science, and MicroMasters in statistics and data science, that is this one, fits centrally within this. As we all know, this program has 4 pillars: probability, statistics, computation for statistics or machine learning, and hands-on data analysis viewed from social sciences. These are 4 graduate classes equivalent to on-campus. You did it. You did all the homeworks. You did all the exams. You did challenging capstone exam. So again, congratulations to all of you. I believe that this opens up a large number of opportunities for you. To start with, hopefully it will advance your career, help you change your career paths. You can also apply for 20 plus universities where you can do the next phase of your master's in statistics and data science. You can also apply to IDSS's PhD program in social and engineering systems. And I do believe that this will enable you to do a lot more than just this. Now, as we all know, a program like this is not feasible by few people, but it takes a village, and a good village also needs a fearless and terrific leader. So with that, I would like to introduce the leader, that is Dr. Karin Shu.
Thank you for the nice introduction, dear Rat. I'm the Assistant Director of Education for the IDSS and MITx MicroMasters Program in Statistics and Data Science. I have met many of you on the forum virtually. I want to give wholehearted congratulations to all of this group of credential holders. We are impressed, inspired by your commitment and tenacity during the last 1.5 years, working through this very demanding program. Let me share my screen. So I'll tell you what you have done the last 1.5 years. Each course, you have done 4 courses and 1 final capstone exam, which consists of 4 2-hour exams. You have done 4 courses. Each of them are 13 to 16 weeks long, each requiring 10 to 15 hours per week. You have gone through more than 80 full lectures, and I was just calculating more than 1,600 challenging problems, mostly multi-parts, ranging from simple concept checks to really hard data analysis to really hard math problems that you need to think a lot. And these include 5 machine learning projects. Some statistics on our learners. We have, we'll start with the general group of learners first. We have 150,000 total enrollments, 12,000 of which are verified enrollments and coming from 195 countries. There's a wide range of industries represented, including, retail, oil, energy, research, investments, medical, many things that you can think of. Then for this pioneer group of credential holders, we have 198 of you from 50 countries represented and varying level of education. These are the countries, these are the 50 countries that are represented, including Ecuador, Kazakhstan, US, Australia, South Korea, and all of this here all over the world. And like David Rat said, it takes a village to make this program. And I would love to thank, first of all, the faculty director who conceived of this idea of the MicroMasters program and said that we have to have these 4 pillars to give to the online learners. These are the course faculties who are leaders in their field, who have designed this the material in the courses through years of experience of both teaching and research. And actually, we have a group of dedicated postdocs and graduate students who poured their brains and hearts out over the last 2 years in order to make this program, in order to make the online experience as good and as conducive to learning as possible, and as good as on campus as possible. Of course, other than content, you know, everything else needs many people's effort to make possible. We need to thank the IDSS team for their support, and also the open learning staff, from, you know, liaison with pathway schools, from making course production possible on the edX platform, from getting the word out there, from technical problems to, you know, answering all your questions on the program itself. You can find the course contributors on our website, which you probably know by now is micromasters.mit.edu, and there's a course team tab there to view the, you know, 40 people who are involved. So finally, we want to put the spotlight back on you, who are really the star of today. But before that, I think you guys would all agree that the community TAs is a really important contribution to this whole online experience. Here's a list of some of them, and many of them have committed, you know, probably 7 hours a day on the forum, and doing more than, you know, committed to helping each other and facilitating discussions for more than 2 courses of the program. And finally, just once again, we congratulate you all. We expect you to be leaders in your field, and please stay in touch with us through the portal and share your future achievements. We would love to hear and, you know, form collaborations if there's opportunity. And now let's hear from some of the learners. You'll see where they're coming from and, you know, what professions they're in.
I'm David Bruce, a liver transplant surgeon at the Oxford Clinic in New Orleans with a lifelong interest in mathematics, physics, and computer science. I've been an enthusiastic user and supporter of OpenCourseWare and edX for almost 10 years. The 4 challenging courses in MIT's SDS MicroMasters were great learning experiences, and I'm applying this knowledge in my role in transplant informatics. I look forward to a lifetime of intellectual growth through all the great resources provided by MIT, edX, and other proponents of open knowledge.
Hello, my name is Eva. I'm coming from Austria, and I successfully completed the MIT MicroMasters Program in PoM 2019. The main highlights were that you are able to learn in a global environment with data scientists coming from all around the world, that you have first-class teaching in probability, Bayesian, as well as frequency statistics, and programming in R as well as Python. The MIT MicroMasters Program really changed my career, since I'm now responsible for data science tasks linked to the Corona crisis. I can only recommend you to join the team, even though it will be hard work.
Hey all, Fabio here from Brazil. I work with Solar Energy. This is the project we just completed. And about the course, it was very hard. It was tough at some times, but the good quality of the material helped us to go into the end. And with the help from this MicroMasters, I applied to sit for a PhD there in MIT. And I was approved, and I will be joining the staff next semester in the civil engineering course. So hope to see you in September.
I do remember approaching linear algebra, research studies, and similar units back in high school at campus, just for the moment, you know, you needed to pass your exams. Today, I do find myself framing things even in my everyday using some of those concepts. One takeaway for me from the program has been having access to frameworks with which I can model and assess whatever it is that I'm curious about. Some memorable moments for me and which kept me motivated through the 1 year were, for starters, whatever it is that we're working on in class would nicely connect with what was happening back at work. So I would have this aha moment about something I was working on or I'd worked on in the past and how to make more appropriate choices. Another thing was having access to the discussion forum. Now, there were moments when the content would feel insanely tough, or I just didn't have enough time to delve into particular aspects of the material. So having directed or targeted input from other participants and being able to see how guys were thinking through some of the problems generated new learning in itself for me as well. Today, I do feel confident about my designs and about clearly articulating the choices that we need to make.
Statistics and data science MicroMaster is the best learning experience ever for me in terms of the quality of the contents and the flexibility of time management. It took more than 600 hours to finish the course, but I didn't sacrifice any of my working hours. What I learned through this course totally changed the way I see the data in my business and in my personal life. I highly recommend this course, not only for the future data scientists, but also future business leaders who want to be more fair and effective by the power of data-driven decision-making.
Almost 30 years after completing engineering, I joined the MicroMasters program when it started. I found the program quite demanding, and last year, I had to work late nights, even during our family ski and summer vacations. But I guess it's a small price to pay to be part of a program offered by the top institute and being taught by distinguished professors, including a Nobel Prize winner. I have been able to apply the learnings to various projects in my company, and I have an excellent set of lectures that I can refer to time and again. For me, the discussion forums were invaluable. Therefore, my advice to all future learners would be to utilize them to their fullest.
Hello, everyone. I'm Borja from Spain, although I'm recording this from Ecuador. First, congratulations to all the completers, and thank you to MIT for bringing such quality content directly to our laptop. I think this is amazing, and I'm quite positive this is the beginning of a new era of global education. In fact, that's the best part of the program for me. It's been that it has really lit the passion and motivation to keep learning, exploring about the world, and basically pushing my knowledge boundary further. And I think that's really beautiful.
Terrific. Well, thank you very much. We missed the video on the principles of manufacturing, which we will now show. But before I do that, I wanted to also recognize and thank Tracy Tan, Lu Zhang, and Professor Krishna Rajagopal, who could not be here today. He's the Dean for Digital Learning, dealing with a personal emergency. So with that, let's show the principles of manufacturing systems video.
Hello, my name is Daniel Iglesias. I am one of the students of the MicroMaster in Principles of Manufacturing by MIT. I am from Coruña, which is a city located in the northwest of Spain. However, now I am living in the south of Madrid, working in the aeronautical sector. 1 year ago, I decided to study this MicroMaster in Principles of Manufacturing by MIT EDX because I wanted to learn more about manufacturing industry and also know how to address complex engineering problems. I think that what makes this MicroMaster appealing for students is that it deals with manufacturing, but from many points of view. For example, logistics, the statistical resources, the inventory techniques, the lean principles, and so on. It provides a student with a very wide vision about the manufacturing industry, and I think that probably this is the key to the success of this MicroMaster in Principles of Manufacturing. And finally, I would like to thank the management team of this MicroMaster for arranging the video conference sessions to introduce the pathways of this MicroMaster with other universities. It has been very interesting for me to have an overview of the different academic options or academic programs provided by other universities located all over the world. So it has been a pleasure for me to take this MicroMaster in Principles of Manufacturing and to do this video as well. So thank you very much.
My name is Raman and I am from India. I am a mechanical engineer with 28 years experience in manufacturing, maintenance, and operations in the railroad industry. Apart from a degree in mechanical engineering, I also have a postgraduate diploma in management. Manufacturing is my passion. I love the shop floor environment. So I was very excited to see an online course on the principles of manufacturing. The courses covered the fundamental aspects of manufacturing: process control, process optimization, production management, and supply chains for manufacturing. It wrapped up the learnings by linking them to important managerial aspects. In particular, it addressed some of my gaps in my knowledge, especially supply chains. The icing on the cake was the 3Ms, a course on manufacturing with a MicroMaster certification from MIT. Finally, a big thank you to all the faculty, teaching assistants, and co-learners. I enjoyed the learning experience and look forward to an opportunity to meet some of you in person. Completing this course gave me an opportunity to be part of the MIT community. The MIT Alumni Association website also provides access to technical journals, which I refer to whenever I feel the need. Thank you. I hope you enjoy learning.
That was wonderful to hear. We now are approaching the end of the ceremony. Congratulations again to everyone. As you sail off in different directions, I hope you will continue to stay in touch with the MicroMasters community. MIT will launch a new MicroMasters program in finance this September. The program will be offered by MIT Sloan School of Management, and enrollment has already started. Many of our credential holders have started pursuing a master's program at MIT or in one of our 92 pathway programs at 26 universities in 16 countries. Please visit our MicroMasters website to explore these many options. We will now recognize the MicroMasters credentials owners. This will serve as our conclusion to today's celebration. We wish you all the best as the visual roll call now shows on your screen. Thank you.